Welcome back to Meet New Fleets. This is a very special edition, one I'm quite proud of because it's our first special edition for France. And as many of you know, agencies have been asking for many, many years about French fleets. So I'm very proud to present a few of them today. And we will start immediately. So as you know, we have about 10,000 boats worldwide. We represent 1,000 fleets in 500 destinations. We have boats in the Med, in the Caribbean, in the US, etc. So I will jump in directly and not bother for long with statistics with our first fleet, which is ARCADIE PLAISANCE. You know them also as major boats. It's two fleets that recently merged. They're our largest fleet in France, and we're very proud to welcome Alexandra with us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alexandra Bernaz, the charter manager of the group Major. I'm very happy to be with you today to introduce you to our fleets. So we are a family business based in the Gulf of Saint-Tropez. We have two nautical bays. One is in the Marine of Cogolin, and the other is in Port Grimaud. We are specialized in sailboats. Our activities are the sale, maintenance, and management of berths. Also, we are Nautitech and Nil-Trimaran dealers. Today, I present you our fleet of boats for charter. So as you can see, we do have many boats. We have Océanis, Dufour, we have Sun Odyssey, and we have, so it's monohull, but we do have catamaran, multi-hull, which are Lagoon, Fontaine Pajot Lucia, Bali, and we have, of course, Nautitech and Nil-Trimaran too. Yes.
Maybe you want to talk about your two bases a bit, Port Grimaud and
yes,
the other base? Go.
Yes. So we do have two nautical bays. As you can see, the first picture on right is in Port Grimaud. So so I will talk about Port Grimaud after concerning the destinations, but it's a really famous destination by itself because it's like Venice in Italy. It's quite the same. We do have many things to do in this base. And then you have some pictures concerning our nautical base in Marine of Cogolin, which is...
They should all here. This is all the pictures I put in. There's no more than this.
The first one on right is Port Grimaud. Then you do have...
Isn't Cogolin the one on the top?
Exactly.
Or
yeah.
This is Port Grimaud also.
So the two are Port Grimaud, the two, and then you do have Marine of Cogolin, yes.
Great. I did Google well then.
Yes.
Okay. I will jump into a few questions for you. The first one is, how do I get to your bases? Can I fly? Do I take a train? Do I drive? How do I get to you?
To access our wonderful destination, the Gulf of Saint-Tropez, you can fly to Nice Airport, and we can, of course, organize a transfer from Nice Airport to the two nautical bays. Then you have the option to take a train, or you can, of course, come by car. So you have...
Is there parking? I can't remember if in those bases you have possibility to have parking also.
Yes, definitely. In Marine of Cogolin, you do have a parking space which is close to the nautical bays. I mean, it's just close to the boats, so it's really easy for the clients. And from Port Grimaud, it's a little bit you can park, I mean, but we can organize it. Yes, we just have to organize. But of course, it's possible.
Okay, and one of the very specific things about chartering in France, as most agencies know, is that the charter is not Saturday as we're used in other destinations, but is mostly Saturday-Friday. But in your case, it depends on the base, right?
Exactly. For Port Grimaud, it's from Saturday before 2 p.m. And I mean, concerning the check-in and the check-out will be always in Friday at 5 p.m. So the boat has to be at the nautical base at 5 p.m. But the client has the possibility to do the last night at the nautical base, but he had to leave the boat before 7:30 in the morning.
And it's upon availability, so it has to be agreed with you first if they can sleep on the boat to the Friday night, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. While in the other base, you do Saturday, if I remember well. The last night is included, or?
Oh, no, I mean, in Port Grimaud, it's included the last night. But
okay.
Yes, it's the opposite. But in Marine of Cogolin, the agency has to ask us before, because yes, it's complicated for us. But when we can do it, we do it. I mean.
It can be arranged, but the agency has to let you know in advance so you can organize the planning accordingly.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. Now, you're the locals. Please tell us what are the best places to go and moor the boat, to sail around. Tell us more.
Oh, you have many mooring spots, but at least I will give you some mooring spots that I really like it. So you have just front of the Les Îles d'Or, which is a famous island. You have Porquerolles, which is wilder than Porquerolles, but you have just front of this island. It's really good. It's the best mooring spot. Then you have front of the Pamplonne beaches. If you want to enjoy our French cuisine, or if you want to do some parties, so you can go there. And then you do have Cap Taillat, Cap Camarat, and Cap Lardier. So there is some mooring spots too. And on the other side, you have Cannes and Sainte Marguerite Islands. And if you book a boat more than 2 weeks, so your client can navigate to Corsica too.
Okay. Do you have any recommendation what to do other than sailing? I don't know, diving spots, restaurants, any suggestion? Hiking, whatever you like.
Definitely. You do have many things to do in our gorgeous region. So you have Port Grimaud, which is a famous destination by itself. This lakeside city is a magnificent example of architectural success, very popular with visitors. A warm and color atmosphere emerges. We take pleasure in strolling here, and especially on market days. After visiting Port Grimaud, you can go to the mythical village of Saint-Tropez, of course. Saint-Tropez is full of treasures and history. Big stars come every year to visit and party in Saint-Tropez. So you can also go, as I told you before, to the Les Îles d'Or, the islands, and you can enjoy the beaches. There is the most beautiful beaches in Europe, which is in Porquerolles. And for Porquerolles, it's less touristic and wider. So yeah, there is many things to do.
Okay, I have 2 more questions for you. Those are more technical for the agents. Are your boat with crew, so skipper, hostess? Can I rent them on my own? What documents do you need to rent the boat, etc.? So
do you have bareboat and crew with charter? Yes, we have both. our boats can be rented without skipper, but we have the possibility of offering you the services of a skipper and hostess. The only boat that requires a crew is our Lagoon 52, because when we exceeded 50 feet, we went only with crew. But
Okay.
then it depends on, of course, on the nautical CV of the client and his experiences.
So as most agencies probably know, in France, a sailing license is not required to rent a boat, but they will be required to provide a CV with their experiences to prove that they have sailed enough to rent that kind of boat. So that applies for all major boat fleet, except the 52, which is crew obligatory, right?
Exactly.
Bienvenue. Okay, I have one last question for you. Damage waivers. So do you offer any insurance on the security deposit? How does that work?
Yes, so we are working in collaboration with an insurance company that specializes in boat insurance. The name of this company is West Assurance. So the client can subscribe directly on their websites, and the repurchase of franchise can be subscribed until the day of the departure.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Alexandra, for being with us. It was a pleasure seeing you again.
Thank
you. I will welcome you. I will welcome our next fleet, Aline, Tendance Voile. She has been the first ever French fleet to join MMK. So a virtual round of applause for Aline for being with us today. Aline, are you with us?
Yes, good morning. I'm Aline Giral for Tendance Voile. I'm responsible for rental for 10 years. Tendance Voile is dealer for the builder Fontaine Pajot, Hans and EOS, specialized in the sale of new and used boats and in the rental of boats for over 25 years with or without skipper. The marine of Cogolin, where our fleet is located in the heart of Gulf of Saint-Tropez, is an event of peace and quietness. To come to us, Toulon Airport, 40 minutes, Nice Airport, 90 minutes, train station, 40 minutes, and motorway, 30 minutes. It's not very long times for the place. We have in our fleet for this year 11 boats for rent, including 5 monohulls from 31 to 53 feet and 40 to 60 foot catamaran. All our boats are equipped to be able to cross the Mediterranean Sea. Boarding in high season, July and August on Saturday morning, 10 a.m., return Friday evening, 4 p.m., 7 days of navigation and 6 nights on board in Tendance Voile. Out of season from Monday to Saturday, any day for period from 2 day minimum rental.
Okay. And what are the best mooring places, les meilleurs mouillages?
The same of major boat, because we are just at the same place. The anchorage, Canebier Bay, Pampelon Beach, Brigitte Bardot Villa, mythical Saint-Tropez, the island of Porquerolles, with fine sandy beach, turquoise and transparent water, real paradise. Port Grimaud, little Venice of southern France. A little of place.
That's fantastic. So you added on what,
a lot of place, yes. A little,
yeah,
very magnifique anchorage.
Absolutely. Okay. For you, same as for major boats, no license, but a nautical CV, right? CV nautique, pas de licence.
Yes, just CV nautique, a nautical reference.
And do you have any boats with the crew obligatory? Est-ce qu'il y a des bateaux où il y a
yes.
un équipage toujours à bord?
Yes, the Samana 59 is with crew.
Okay. And same as major boats, you offer damage waiver from West Assurance.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Aline, for being with us. It was great
Thank
to
you
see
very much. Have a good day.
Okay. Now, next fleet, ASM Catamaran. Je vois Oriane avec nous aujourd'hui. Salut, Oriane.
Yes. Hi, salut.
So another great fleet in France. I will leave Oriane to introduce herself and the company.
Yes. Hello. We are very pleased to be able to present ACM Catamaran. We are a family charter company based in south of France in the beautiful French Riviera. It's an excellent departure point to sail because we have a lot of beautiful mooring around, 1 hour sailing time approximately, like Porquerolles Island, for example. Our base is located in Hyères. We are less than 2 hours drive from Marseille, where there is an international airport. Also, there is the Hyères-Toulon airport, 10 minutes drive approximately. Our advantage is that we was sailing school affiliated to Sailing French Federation. So we can organize bareboat or charter cruising and offer to Europeans the possibility to have a coaching during the cruise. It's interesting for the client who would like to become autonomous in sailing. We are specialized in catamaran and we have 10 boats in our fleet, 9 sailing boats and 1 motor yacht. We care about the maintenance of our boat and their equipment. Almost all the boats in our fleet are equipped with a water maker, for example. The quality of our services and the customer relationship is very important for us. We also offer more unusual boats, such as the first WINDWARD 54, for example, which is an all-electric performance boat. It's on the market of high-performance boats like, for example, Outremer. And we also have an Aventura 50 motor yacht, a very pleasant boat for relaxing, comfortable cruising with a large platform and flybridge with a kitchen. In summary, we can say that we offer very different catamaran with friendly team to look after our clients.
Here are a few pictures from Hyères and around.
It's our base on the right, and I think it's a Porquerolles, yes. In the left, it's a Porquerolles, yes. It's a really nice place to onshore, yeah.
Okay, and same questions for you. How do you said how to get so I can fly to Marseille and then get to your base, or of course I can come by car or by train, right?
Hello. Yes, yes, we are about 2 hours driving from Marseille. But so you can arrive at the base camp by car or by train or by flight. You have an international airport, Toulon-Hyères, that serves many destinations in France, but also different destinations in international like London, Luxembourg, and Rotterdam. But you have other airports like Nice, more not so far, Nice and Marseille. So you have many flights there. Marseille is the one, I think, 2 hours driving from the base. And yes, the train, you have a station at 10 minutes around the base. And of course, we have a parking, so they can arrive by car. It's optional. but we have placed to have one car by boat. If you have more than one car, you can have a car park around there, around the base. No problem about that.
Okay, talking about check-in and check-out day. I board on Saturday and I disembark on Friday, right?
Yes.
But if I ask nicely enough, I might be able to sleep on the boat.
Yes.
On the Friday.
Yes, they can arrive on Friday, starting at 7 p.m. if they want to sleep on board. It's an option, but it's very, very nice. Yeah, and also they can arrive also the morning, Saturday morning at 9, and check out that is on Friday at 2:30 p.m.
Great. And is there any mooring spot that the girls before you didn't mention that you want to mention to us?
Yes, the mooring is very important. Like you said before, it's a Port-Royal, of course, the beautiful island. It's less than 1 hour sailing from the base. So it's important because if you went only one weekend, maybe it's very nice place, well situated to go there for 2 days, for example. And also you can go, if you have more time, maybe 3-4 days, you can go to direction Saint-Tropez. And you have moorings like Cartaya, Pointe du Diable, all the beautiful beaches of La Longue des Morts, Bormes-les-Mimosas. Yes, on de l'Espagnol, Grand Jardin Beach. Yeah, all the different moorings we speak before. Sure.
I think the problem here is that there is too much choice.
Yeah.
So there's too many nice places to go. Okay.
That's it.
What else can I do other than sailing mooring spot from mooring spot? Can I go dive, do snorkeling, any nice walks I can do? Any place you would recommend?
Yes, sure. In Port-Royal Island, for example, you can go hiking. For example, you put the boat just at Port-Royal port. You have the village of Port-Royal, and there you can go hiking to the what's the name of you have I'm sorry,
Okay, you can go hike to the fort, that's okay.
A beautiful view around there. It's Baby Langoustier also. So hiking, you can rent hiking and biking. You can rent a bike in the village. You can go around there, and also diving and snorkeling. You have, for example, at Port-Royal, snorkeling with different possibilities. It's nice, very nice. Port-Royal for the snorkeling also.
Okay, thank you for so many recommendations. Now I want to go sail there.
Restaurant also in Port-Royal. In Baby Langoustier, you have 2 different restaurants, more gastronomic or bistronomic, as you prefer, in Langoustier in Port-Royal.
That's great. That's a great suggestion. Is there any boat of your fleet that has a skipper obligatory, or I can rent them with a good nautical CV, all of them?
We can offer bareboat or charter boats. If it's bareboat, we ask for CV, nautical CV, sure. So we have 2 possibilities.
And it's
So no boat.
Yeah.
Skipper is mandatory for 2 boats in our fleet. The Adventura 50 motor yacht and the Windward.
Okay, so the 2 motor boats, motor catamarans, have skipper mandatory.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And Windward 54. Yeah.
Okay. And what about damage waiver? Can I rent the boat and take the damage waiver with you guys?
Yes.
Or girls?
We offer also damage waiver with a partner which is West Assurance.
West Assurance.
Yes. if the skipper, if the client takes a skipper, damage waiver is mandatory. So, and we subscribe the damage waiver direct to West Assurance. The price different, of course, between different.
It depends on the deposits.
Yeah, the deposits. We ask for a deposit which is between 4,000 to 6,000 euros getting the boat.
Okay. Thank you so much, girls, for being with us today.
Thank you.
Let's change a bit. Let's go travel other destination than south of France, kinda. And let's welcome the first guy of this presentation, Antoine, Open Sail. Are you here with us?
Yes, do you hear me?
Yes, we do. Hi, welcome. So
Hello,
Open
everybody.
Sail is quite a special fleet because you will not see any lagoon on their fleet, as far as I know, and you will not see any standard model. Let's say it's more of a race fleet. Can I call you a race fleet, Antoine?
In fact, it's not for regatta. It's just performance sailing boats. As Pogo, we have some RM as well, and some multi-hulls as TS42, and we will have for this summer ORC 52.8 and ORC 57 next summer as well. And we have one trimaran, Nil 43 in La Rochelle. So in fact, we have two main bases in France, one in La Rochelle in the middle in the Atlantic coast, secondary base in Brittany in Dawet for the TS42, and we have a base in the French Riviera in Bormes-les-Mimosas, and a secondary base in Olbia in Sardinia. And in fact, our specialty is to cross the Atlantic Ocean 2 times per year. So we leave France at the end of October to join Canary at mid-November, and we join Martinique in the Caribbean at the beginning of December each year. So you can rent our boats with or without skipper to cross Atlantic. So we are based in Martinique for the main base. It's in Le Marin from mid-December to the end of March, and we offer trips in the Caribbean next year for in Tobago and Trinidad as well, and we have a secondary base in Guadeloupe in Pointe-à-Pitre, so you can sail around the island like Marie-Galante, Dominica, Les Saintes, etc. And after we cross the Atlantic on the way back, we leave Caribbean at the end of March and join Azores, maybe 15 days later. And after our boats join Mediterranean Bay in Bormes-les-Mimosas at the beginning of May, like as now. And La Rochelle as well, for the mid-May, something like that, and to be rented in France till mid-May or end of May.
That's great. At least we're moving a bit around from the recommendations we have seen so far. These are few pictures. I have to say that getting out of La Rochelle is it's quite a beautiful view. I mean, it's not same as south of France, but it's quite nice to get in and out of La Rochelle with a sailboat. I don't know if you agree with me, Antoine.
Yeah, that's right. So La Rochelle is right in the middle of the Atlantic coast. So you can go south to Spain or to Brittany, and you can. There is lots of islands on the way, as Île-Dieu. It's a just gorgeous place with a specialty like smoked tuna, and it's a island of fishermen, and a very lovely island. And after you can head to South Brittany, as Wat, Tedik, Belle-Île, and very nice places. And so with these kinds of boats, you can sail lots of nautical miles in less time. So it's quite pleasant to sail and to see lots of places in 1 week, for example. So the other pictures are in French Riviera. So we have already talked about the moorings from
Maybe you want to give some info about charter in the Caribbean, as you're the first one in today that moves the boat in the Caribbean. Maybe some tips for the Caribbeans too.
Yes, so from our base in Le Marin, you can. It's nice to rent our boat maybe 10 days to go south to Grenadine. Grenadine. It's a marvelous national park, marine reserve. It's lots of charters, sea charters, and lots of life. And so you can stop on the islands on the way, as Saint Lucia, and you have Saint Vincent, and after you enter the marine reserve, and maybe stay 1 day Tobago Keys and something like that. And after you can go on the way back and to stop on another moorings. It's a lovely place. And if you want, you can go to head north. So you have Dominica, and all these islands you can you sail during the day, and at the end of the day you can have a walk to like little trails and have a swim on the cascades. It's very nice to
waterfalls
to end your day. Yeah, waterfalls. Yeah, that's right, waterfalls. And after you have lots of islands, and you can go maybe each year. You will discover another places. So the Caribbean is very, very nice when it's cold in France during the winter. It's very pleasant, yeah.
And for the most brave, they can actually take any boats, most boats of your fleet, and do the crossing, right?
Yes. We have you can take every once, and we have this year we have 3 Pogo 44, and it's the new boats, the new model from Structure shipyard, and very nice boat to sail offshore. And yeah, and the ORC are as well very nice boats to do coastal or offshore sailing trips. Yeah. So you can yeah, sorry, yeah.
No, finish, no worries.
You can rent the main period. You rent our boats from the Saturday 4 p.m. to Saturday 9 a.m. But in fact, you can book our boats when you whatever the period you can. It starts from 2 days minimum rental period, and you can rent 3, 4, 5, or 2 months or 3 months our boats. It's no problem.
Absolutely. And to the crossing, you need a bit more than 2 days. So
yes, maybe
it's definitely a longer rental.
5-6 weeks if you want, but you can do the one part, the first part from France to Canary, or the second part from Canary to Martinique. It's up to you. Yeah.
Do you do, for example, for the crossing, can I just get one cabin on the boat, or I have to take the whole boat?
Yes, yes, we have the agreement from French Sailing Federation. So we offer courses on our boats. So coastal courses each week from May to October in French Riviera or in La Rochelle. You can book a cabin or to share one with a coach on board. And on our Pogo 1250 and 36 and 44 and RM 11.80. And you can book one cabin for crossing, so the first part or the second part of the Atlantic crossing. And in the Caribbean, you can book as well or share a cabin for our courses. In fact it's 10 days courses, but you will learn, you will enjoy this kind of boat, and you will have lots of fun. Yeah.
And as a bonus, you get Antoine as a skipper.
Sorry?
And as a bonus, you get Antoine as a skipper.
Yeah, sometimes it occurs. Yeah. I love it. And this year I was on TS42 in the Caribbean, and I'm actually I'm in La Rochelle, and I will. We have several skippers, but sometimes I will be your coach. Yeah, with pleasure.
Okay. All of your boats I can rent without a skipper, or if I want to learn, I can have one. I can have the skipper to teach me how to sail, right? For all the boats.
Yep. You can rent bareboats, or you can privatize one boat with a skipper with your own crew, or you can just share a sailing course with other people, and there will be one skipper from 6 max trainees, and on our 40 foot boats.
Okay. Do you offer damage waiver with West Assurance too?
Yes, that's right. Yes, you can repurchase insurance with West Assurance as well. And for the deposit, we have a card imprint system. So yeah, that's quite easy. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Antoine, for being with us today and to present something a bit different. This kind of fleet, it's quite unique in the Med. There's not many Pogos in the Med, and so it was nice for you to present it to our agency. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, bye-bye.
And next one, we're moving to another destination, which I'm happy to present, is AJACCIO CROISIERES, Stéphane. So we're traveling to Corsica. Stéphane, are you here?
Hi.
Hi. Can you tell us something about your boat, your company?
Okay. Alors, my name is Stéphane, and I work for AJACCIO CROISIERES. This company is based in Ajaccio, Corsica. We only have one boat for here which belongs to this company. It's a Lagoon 42, which are very well equipped. It's with solar panels and water maker and interventor. Je sais pas si c'est inverter.
Inverter. Okay, perfect.
This equipment makes it completely autonomous.
And it's a brand new, it's 2023, right?
Yes.
Le bateau est neuf, 2023.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell us something about AJACCIO, maybe? About the base?
C'est quoi, base?
La base. Est-ce que tu vas nous parler d'Ajaccio, quoi faire, des choses comme ça?
Alors, for Ajaccio, you can choose to visit the north of Corsica or the South and Sardinia. Okay. We offer weekly runs from Saturday to Saturday. We offer a rally service to the clients like airport transfers. Désolé pour l'accent.
No worries.
Ensuite, the Iceland is relatively wild. Okay. I have a beautiful beach to discover, hiking and small towns like Calvi, Bonifacio, Porto Vecchio. Voilà, et we also offer weeks with skippers and hotels if required.
The boat, on the boat, you always have the skipper, right?
Ouais.
Il y a toujours le skipper à bord. C'est
No.
obligatoire. Non?
No. In option.
Okay, so skipper is not mandatory. You can provide skipper and hostess. Great.
Yeah.
And do you offer damage waiver, le rachat de franchise?
No.
Okay, great. Thank you guys for being with us. You're, I think, our first Corsica fleet ever, so we're really proud. Thank you for being with us. And the last fleet of today, Windward Island. I'm welcoming Lisa with us today.
Hello, nice to meet you.
And I hear you. Great.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Okay, just to present ourselves, the company Windward Islands, we are managing owner boats. Also as being a broker, the company is 25 years old now. So we had it on MMK, actually it's one trimaran, a Neil 51, but she remotely is gonna be in the south of France and Corsica during the summertime, and she's gonna cross and be in the Caribbean during the wintertime. So it's a Neil 51 trimaran. We were discussing about that earlier. They are becoming quite popular. The advantages is that you have one cabin in each hull that gives a lot of privacy to the guests, and she's quite large and she has a lot of water toys. We offer her with compulsory skipper on board and the hostess as an option. So she will be available mostly from Ajaccio or from Corsica, because we can do one way from Ajaccio for Porto Vecchio, for example, Ajaccio Propriano, whatever. But also we can offer from the south of France, so from Cannes or from Saint-Tropez, from Hyères, to do those itineraries. So we would prefer the brokers to contact us to confirm the delivery fees, if any, will be applied. And then winter time, she will be based mostly in Martinique and in Saint Martin, so she can do Martinique de Grenadines, so she can do Saint Martin, Saint Barth, Anguilla itinerary, Antigua, Barbuda itinerary, and so on. And we were hoping to remote her to the Bahamas in Nassau, or maybe in the Habacos, the month after, from March 2024. And the second boat is a catamaran. She's a Catana 70 custom boat, so powerful boat. It's not very typical. It's really for people that really enjoy sailing and fast boats. She can do about 20-25 knots in very small winds. So she's a very powerful boat. She can host up to 6 guests with the professional crew on board. And yeah, she will be based mostly in the south of France, and we can offer from the south of France or from Corsica.
That's great. Is there, so these are a few pictures from the bases you just mentioned. Is there any tip you want to give us for sailing routes? Any cool spot, anything particular you want to mention?
I think we covered most of the bases from previous fleets. But yeah, so south of France, the same. I mean, let's say from Cannes, because most of the fleets were from Saint-Tropez or here. So from Cannes, you can do the Île-de-les-Rins, you can go to towards Villefranche, Monaco, Villefranche, not Monaco, or maybe Monaco if some people want to, but Monaco, Villefranche, Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat, which, you know, the bays are amazing, les Îles-de-les-Rins, etc. In the Esterel, very nice areas to sails, very calm, probably a little bit less people than in the other side. From Corsica, mostly from Ajaccio, we can go north, let's say to go towards Calvi, Saint-Florent, Calvi, to try something different than the south. I know a lot of people like going down south to Porto Vecchio, but you know, the north is very interesting as well. We can offer from Porto Vecchio if people disembark in Porto Vecchio, so it's a nice, we can do a nice route towards Sardinia. We can do pickup in Sardinia as well from Olbia, from northern Sardinia. And of course, from the Caribbean, as I said, the most interesting routes we can offer are Martinique, the Grenadines, or pick up in the Grenadines, stay in the Grenadines for, you know, a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, go back to Martinique, or pick up in Saint Martin, do Saint Martin, Saint Barth, and Guilla, pick up in Antigua. The Bahamas is a very popular route as well to do the whole Exumas or the Abacos, starting from March Harbors and doing a bit of the Abacos. So we cover, I think we cover most of the nicest routes that, you know, that are offered in the Meds and in the Caribbean so far.
Definitely. And what about check-in, check-out? Is there any set length of charter? Do I embark Saturday? How does it work?
In the Med, while she's in the Med, we try to do mostly Saturdays. She's a crude boat, so we try to be flexible as much as possible. We try to do Saturday, so embarkation end of the day Saturday at 5 p.m. and disembarkation in the morning at 9 in the morning.
Okay, but if I have maybe in low season, if I want to do something different, I can contact you and get
of course we can give you offers for 10 days if you know if needed, so we can adapt, and then we'll give 24 hours in between the other charters to give the crew a bit of rest.
I think you replied to most questions. You told me your crude mandatory on both of the boats. Recommendation, we got plenty today, which is great. Damage waiver, do you offer damage waiver?
No damage waiver, no boat deposit, because the crew are insured on the boat, so all
fantastic. Good. One problem less. Anything else you want to add on the boat or on the destinations or on the company?
I think the destination, we covered it, and I think most of the companies knows those destinations. They're quite, you know, popular. On the boats, I know we were talking about this. The trimaran has not been that popular compared to the catamarans, but I want to add that having one supplementary hull in the multi-hull version gives much more space. So on a 50-foot trimaran, the whole middle hull is reserved to the engine, washing machine, generator, and everything. The trimaran, she had lithium batteries, which are very powerful. So actually, we rarely have to make the engine turn to make anything electronic run on board. The engines are brand new. They have just been changed. We put the AC on board. The owners just put the AC on board, and she's full of toys. And it's very nice to sail aboard a trimaran compared to a catamaran. She sails a little bit, I'm not going to say she's that powerful, but she sails a little bit, you know, more nice than a catamaran. But I think it's a very nice option because of the space, the volume you can add with this hull in the middle, supplementary hull. I think it's nice for the clients to try.
What we were commenting before we started the webinar is that usually trimarans are not very common. It's quite rare to have that kind of boats. It's something quite new. I would say that trimarans for rent is something that happened in the past 5 years, more or less. Yes. It's not something that has always been available for rent. But I was commenting that surprisingly enough, no matter how rare they are to rent, there's at least 3 companies here today that actually have trimaran in the fleet. So if you were looking for that kind of boat, kind of experience, today was the right day to tune in.
I think Neil has done a great job the past few years in promoting their boats, and I think they've been available to watch at, you know, the popular shows like in Cannes yacht shows or La Grande Motte, etc. And people has been on board, and the Phoenicians are as good as in you know, Lagoon catamaran or Catana catamarans, and they're actually very interesting. So yeah, I think it can be a nice option for clients, even, you know, whatever the size, and yeah, very nice.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us today. I think that was our last fleet. Our next one, we go back to regular schedules. So newest fleet in Booking Manager, the 1st of June. You will get back Martina as a host instead of me. And it was really, I'm really proud to have been able to present you all these French fleets today. And thank you everybody for being here today. I don't see any. Oh yeah, there was one question. Chris from Sail Checker asked, what is the insurance we mentioned? And it's West Assurance, like West in French, but we can write it in the chat back in LinkedIn. And yeah, I think we covered everything. One-way charter, Atlantic crossing, skipper license in France. And I think we covered everything. I don't see any other questions in here. So yeah, thank you everybody. And if agencies have any question, they can contact you back. That's it. Thank you again. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.